Searching, 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 searching.
I'm Teresa McDonald, and here are news highlights from the family meeting. The Senate has launched an investigation into former Attorney General Loretta Lynch. The probe comes amid several media reports that Lynch secretly told Clinton staffer Amanda Renteria that the investigation wouldn't, and I quote, go too far, in an email included in a batch of hacked documents obtained by the FBI. Former President Barack Obama took to his official Facebook page to criticize the Senate healthcare bill released on Thursday, calling it a massive transfer of wealth to the richest people in America and asking the Senate to take a step back and measure what's really at stake. 6 Georgia inmates who rescued a Polk County deputy who had collapsed while on security detail are getting some well-deserved time knocked off their sentences after their kind acts earlier this month. The 6 inmates are getting their sentences shortened after rushing to the aid of a deputy who suffered a chronic medical condition that makes him sensitive to changes in temperature. There will be no second meeting between the Congressional Black Caucus, the CBC, and the idiot in the White House. On Wednesday, the CBC tweeted its rejection to an invitation for a follow-up visit at the White House. A letter from the CBC's chairman, Louisiana Representative Cedric Richmond, explains that the members voted to decline over the lack of response to any of the many concerns we have raised with you, you idiot, and your administration. Richmond adds, and I quote, I fail to see how a social gathering would benefit the policies we advocate for. For more on these stories, visit tfmradioshow.com and be sure to like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right now, we are streaming live. And are you ready? Did you get ready?
You're listening to Chicago's only independent progressive talk station, 820 AM WCPT Willow Springs and 92.5 WCPT FM DeKalb, Chicago's progressive talk. You're listening to Chicago's only independent progressive talk station, 820 AM WCPT Willow Springs and 92.5 WCPT FM DeKalb, Chicago's progressive talk.
The name of my business is Mrs. Indecent Exposure. We are an intimate aromatherapy, massage, bath, and body shop. We have the best aromatherapy, bath, and skincare products available. You can find us in Chicago and on the World Wide Web. We're located at 6916 West North Avenue in Chicago, 3 blocks east of Harlem Avenue, 773-417-3223. Mrs. Indecent Exposure, MRSNDEXPO.com.
Polaris is introducing a new way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WCPT, NewsWeb Radio Company, or its affiliates.
Hi, this is Alex Garza at AGG Consulting. You can visit me at www.aggconsulting.net. I listen to the family meeting.
Hey, this is Oliver Gibson, and I listen to the family meeting.
Yep, it's family meeting time, and guess who's back? The small thing is here.
Yes.
What's up, girl?
How you doing?
I told Lady B last week, if Tressa ain't here to do the news, God damn it, we don't do the news. You just skipped it, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Ain't no news unless Tressa's here. It's not. I'm telling you, there's no news.
Well, thank you.
Well, welcome back to you, girl.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Welcome to the broadcast. I'm your host, Eric Grant, in the Space Shuttle. Well, Lady B's not here today.
No.
She coming back soon. Maybe she'll follow you later. She's out at the Pride Parade today. Anyway, visit our webpage at tfmradioshow.com and enter your email address to join the family. You'll find archived broadcasts and our often requested music playlist there. We're all over social media. You can find us on Facebook at The Family Meeting Radio. You can find us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show, Google+, and live streaming. Live streaming right now on YouTube, which is fun, by the way.
Right
which
now.
is fun. The chatter.
I know, right?
Yeah. You're going to want to check that out. You want to check out the YouTube. You're definitely going to check that out. The family meeting is sponsored by Polaris's Save and Plan. Until now, the only option you had to get objective financial advice from somebody real is to find a financial advisor and pay him $1,000 or $2,000 for the advice per year, by the way, per year. Now you can just sign up and save to get that same advice. Makes a lot of sense. Visit saveandplan.com to learn more. That's saveandplan.com. The conversation, we'd love to have you here. The number 773-763-9278. That's 773-763-9278. I got to tell you about an analogy I heard this week that was pretty cool. Actually, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all, but it kind of brought it home for me. And I'm afraid, because I've been thinking about this, I'm afraid that I can't do the analogy justice. That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay.
So watch this.
All right.
And this was a gentleman trying to explain who Black America is. And he said, well, listen, if you see a butterfly in your home, Tressa, if you see a butterfly in your home, what do?
I try to get it out of my home.
Right. Right. Okay, so if you see a spider in your home, what do?
Kill it.
Kill it.
I kill it.
Both are bugs.
They are.
Both serve an essential purpose in the chain of things in life. But one of them inspires us to kill.
Yeah.
And the other one, we want to try to
just shoo it out.
Get it out of the house and let it
don't
be free.
Kill it, but just let it be free. Yeah.
Right. Black people are spiders.
Oh.
Damn,
Gina.
That's what he said. You got to see this thing. I hesitated to post it on our Facebook page because I didn't know
how it would be received.
Because he went into a whole explanation. It was actually pretty deep.
Yeah.
But in terms of how you react to it, how you react to Black people.
But I can see that. I could see the analogy. I can, in my mind.
Black people react to Black people.
We do.
Like spiders.
We do. We're guilty. We're absolutely guilty of that.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
I love it. I mean, as I'm sitting here thinking and mulling it over in my brain, I actually had to do some self-checking on myself because I'm guilty.
I'm a spider.
Yeah, I'm a spider.
Looking to cause you no more harm than a butterfly will.
And actually, spiders are beneficial. So they keep those other little bitty bugs out of the house. So
that's right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'll get into a little bit more of that later. But, I'm always I'm the kind of guy that watches situations and the situation is something that gets your attention. But I'm actually find myself more interested in the people watching the situation. Maybe some of the people who are on the side who've instigated or encouraged the situation, whatever that situation may be. And I watched a lot of people when the Republicans in the Senate released their bill, at least the draft of their bill that they want to pass.
Right.
Everybody's upset. First off, before they released the bill, you had Democrats coming on television and radio telling us what was in the bill. And at the same time saying, we don't know what's in it because they're drafting it in private. So which is it, fool?
Did you know what was there or did you not?
Right. If they're not telling anybody and they've not invited you and you not participating, how can you be on television characterizing what the Senate is doing?
Yeah, maybe that was a way to push them or nudge them to release it.
But it's so disingenuous. I mean,
I get
just stick with the we don't know what it is. It's a big secret thing.
You're right.
Hey, listen.
What was that all about anyway? The whole.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know. Because then their thing is we've invited the Democrats to participate, but you decided not to. That may be true too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here listening to people say in the same paragraph the same thing. Like, it's going to be terrible. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. But they're not inviting us in to see what it is. How can it be both? Fool?
Right. I mean, stirring up mass hysteria for nothing until you get to
Then you got
I get it.
So then you're demonizing these people, these Republicans, and they may have earned it, but you do too for the double talk.
Absolutely.
Right. It's all the sideline stuff that bothers me. So everybody who's elected to Washington specifically, and generally anywhere, that's who we direct our ire towards. They did this and they did that.
True.
And they stand for this and they stand for that.
Yeah.
Right? For me, it's the people standing on the sideline who caused that to happen.
I agree.
It's you idiots who voted for those idiots.
I agree.
That are the problem, right?
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the idiot in the White House is that. He's 71 years old now. He's been an idiot all of his life.
All 71 of them.
If you expected something different than stupidity, then you're stupid.
Right.
But the problem is not that idiot.
It's
the idiots who voted for him.
Absolutely.
Right? And
Absolutely.
If you walk through life every day and you encounter people, statistically, a third of the people didn't vote for him. Another third of the people voted for him. And another third stood around with their thumb up their butt.
Yep. Those are the ones I really blame.
Right. So really, I mean, if you're going to be angry at somebody, first make it genuine.
Right.
Make it about something that's real, not something you just made up to cause hysteria. Right. And if other people are causing hysteria, you can't do that too.
Yeah, don't jump in it too. Right.
Right. That's stupid. And I don't buy that.
I think that's part of the Democrats' problem right now. They're not doing anything to kind of stand out from among them and offer anything conducive to the conversation at all right now.
With the hell
yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right.
They're doing nothing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The Senate bill actually came out. The draft of it came out, right? Okay, so now we've got something to be outraged about.
Now we can be outraged, yes.
Right, by this. And don't get me wrong. They're going to pass this. They're going to pass this. I mean, Mitch McConnell, for as funny a looking man as he is, he gets it done. The boy don't play. He'll get it done. They're going to vote for this.
Jesus,
they're going to vote for this. They're going to pass this. This is what's getting ready to happen. Some derivation of it, some very close derivation of this is getting ready to happen, right? And it's because of the people who standing around with their thumb up their butt doing nothing, right? That's my problem. They're doing what we expect them to do. This is something that we expect from the Republicans. They've been talking about this forever.
Okay, is it just me or what am I missing here? It's my understanding that they need at least 60 votes.
No, 51.
51.
So they've got 4, I think, that have said, nah, I'm not doing it. 4 Republicans who said I'm not doing it. And I think there's another 2 who haven't answered.
I heard this morning that it was probably more closer to about 10 that were on the bubble.
Yeah, the whipping process is what happens. They get the votes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
Don't say that.
He will. I mean, he will. Listen, this is what happens when you either vote for the wrong person or don't vote.
Yeah, and what's so funny is I read a Facebook post just yesterday from one of our listeners, Lisa. And
Lisa.
Yeah, and she said that she was at a rally and she spoke to one of those diehard Trump supporters who said, yeah, I agree with the new healthcare bill and Medicare is not going anywhere. And so someone chimed in and said, you're right. Medicare is not going anywhere, but it's not going to be as you see it now. It's going to be changing.
Right.
And the person just flat out said, well, I like what he's doing and he's not going to do anything to hurt me.
Yeah. I took the opportunity to read as much as I could of the bill. It's 140 something pages that I saw. And it's Congress speak. So it's difficult to read. It's a whole lot of it involves striking parts of the ACA. And this really is.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. We'll get rid of that.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of this.
Yeah.
That'll be create our thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I would have done if I was in Congress, either chamber, right? Okay. You have your little private meetings and you've invited me, as you say, to come. So I'm going to call as much of the press as I can and say, listen, they've invited me to come to this meeting. Come on with me. Come on with me. And I'm going to go with the press and knock on the door with the cameras on. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I'm here to meet with you guys.
I'm here to meet with you guys.
To exchange ideas and see if we can hash something out.
Right.
And watch what they do.
And watch what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And if they don't let me in, the cameras are going to see.
Yeah. Because that's part of the problem. A lot of the, like you said, the Washington speak that they're saying is happening. They have no proof that it's actually happened as the way that they've stated it. So when they get up and they can say anything. When they get up and give their position and say they're opposed to this and this is the reasons why, it would behoove them, like you just said, to have some proof that, man, we being shut out of this left and right.
I can see him now. Man, he's out there knocking on the door, man. He got them damn cameras with him too, man. What we gonna do now, man? I would do that. And you know what? I would before I'd go to the meeting, I would have a list of things that I'd like to see happen in this revision, right?
Yeah.
And I'd hand it out to the press and say, listen, I'm going to walk in this meeting with these ideas and see how much of it I can get done.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And when they don't let me in, see? Right? Or if they let me in, when I come out, I can tell them what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Right.
You could.
Right. But the Democrats, who are experts at losing elections, don't do this.
Yeah.
Right? The only place that I've seen an actual plan with a budget from Democrats is from the Congressional Black Caucus. You can go to the Democratic website and you don't see any plans. You just see complaints.
You just see complaints. You're right.
Right?
I was just there just the other day.
We don't need that. We need somebody with some ideas.
Right.
I'm not voting for you because I hate them. I'm voting for you because you've got ideas and apparently you don't.
Or are they saying in a roundabout way, it's a waste of my time to even
try to guess what you're thinking? Come on, man.
Yeah. So
I just ain't got no time for that craziness. That irritates me to no end.
Stupidity. You're allergic to stupidity.
Yeah, it's just why are you with the stupidity stuff, man? What's with that, man?
Yeah. But I have to agree with the CBC though. Because to be quite honest with you, remember the little thing he said on when he was at the press conference? He asked April, "Are they friends of yours?
Right.
Can you get?"
Because all black people know each other.
Because all black people know each other, right?
Right.
So he didn't even know who they were coming in. It's like, come on.
And they met with him twice, and they presented their policy proposal, which is very comprehensive, which included the $1 trillion he wanted.
It absolutely did.
Right.
Thank you for saying
and infrastructure.
That. So if he doesn't listen, or if he doesn't meet with them, if he doesn't incorporate any of their ideas, for what reason did he not do it?
Right. Why are we meeting again? So you can take pictures with us?
Take pictures? Man, we done been out there on them narcotics once before. I'm giving up them narcotics.
I'm not going to do that. But here's the thing, though. If we're going to be people that are progressive and pursue progressive ideas, and we understand that the Democratic Party is as close as we have.
As close as we have it.
They aren't there, by the way.
Yeah,
they aren't. I can show you.
Like, come on, don't get on them today.
No.
I
Hell
know.
No, they just listen,
yeah.
You get beat on until you do better.
Well, yeah, like you said, they keep bringing knives to gunfights and coming with hugs.
For a hug or something. Come on, man. This is a fight, man. And so, from what I can tell, you don't have any ideas.
Yeah, the gloves should have came off a long time ago, and they're not the Republicans, or if we say the people that the powers that be right now in Washington, which is the Republicans, they're not playing fair. And so whatever the
But they're
Democrats,
playing hard. Though.
but they're playing hard. And
Yeah.
so whatever the Dems decide to do, they're gonna have to one up
They
them.
can't decide
And
to do, man.
until they do that, it's gonna be status quo as it is now.
Now they're picking on Nancy Pelosi.
Oh man.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
What's she can't? What?
But you know, if you listen to her, she's getting in their butt. So if you think about it, the one who's speaking the loudest in Washington right now, that's in the opposition, those are the ones they start getting on, trying to knock them down a little bit. So
But
you
she-
watch that.
She ain't got no ideas either.
Well,
At least she hasn't presented them.
yeah, but she stands her ground. She told me I got all the time I need while I'm up here.
Lord.
The gentle lady controls the floor.
Listen, what we're headed for
Wow.
is a potential. The Congress won't flip in 18 if we keep at this pace,
Yeah,
and that idiot will get reelected in 3.5 years.
yeah.
The way we're headed now,
My biggest fear.
that's right.
My biggest
Nothing
fear.
happening. Look at all the money they spent in Georgia
Yeah,
on that election that they lost.
yeah.
Come on, man. 773-763-9278. I'm gonna play some music to get you up out your seat today, girl.
All right now.
You understand? You shake that thing a little bit.
All right now.
Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Miss Lady B from Dance Factory Radio. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
You have a pain that won't cease, a health issue that's not getting better. It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
For 25 years, the Center for Economic Progress has helped low-income working families become more financially stable through our free tax and financial services. Each year, over 1,000 volunteers help prepare tax returns at no cost for more than 20,000 families across Metro Chicago. On average, the Center for Economic Progress helps each family receive a tax refund equivalent to 6 weeks of their annual salaries. Visit the Center for Economic Progress at www.economicprogress.org or call us at 312-252-0280.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. All benefits are subject to policy definitions, limitations, and exclusions. For details, visit qualitylifeinsurance.com.
Building a solid insurance plan is like building a place to live. It takes different materials to make it comfortable.
What about a castle? Isn't it just made of stone?
Castles are drafty, but that's not the point. Homes use different building materials, and you need different insurance coverage to give you security.
What about a teepee? Isn't it just made out of one thing?
Skins and poles, but let's stay focused. Quality of Life Insurance is affordable insurance from a leading company and can provide benefits if you're disabled or suffer a serious illness or injury and need help to preserve your lifestyle.
So it's a modern structure to meet my insurance needs.
Exactly.
To find out more, contact the Polaris Insurance Agency. Visit polarisadvice.com or call 312-951-2606 to learn about how we can help you make a plan for your future. That's 312-951-2606.
Back in the days, we used to rock the house a little something like this. Whoa, Come on. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, don't stop. You made me happy. This is the story about an old time vet. This you can bear.
Kathy Gwynester, please do mylaundry.com and the Laundry Bag Incorporated. And welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Tell me you didn't get up and shake your thing. Man.
I couldn't because I was too busy watching you.
You know, shake that thing.
Oh
man.
my gosh. I love this show.
We used to call this the Big Girl Song.
Yes, because
Yeah,
that's when the big
right.
girls got
Big
up.
girls got on the floor. Even if nobody asked them to dance, this is when they got on the floor. This and the electric slide.
This and the electric slide. Yep. Yeah. You're right.
Big love to all the big girls too, by the way.
All right now, big girls in the house.
You're a little bitty thing, man. 773-763-9278 is the number. So, we watch the Democrats, hair on fire running around. We're going to slow things down. You can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing.
Nah, you don't have enough votes because you lost.
Yes.
You can't do anything.
Man,
question I want you to answer is what you going to do about winning next time?
They 0 for 4 as it stands right now. And I mean, granted, those were Republican counties or Republican territory, I should say. I didn't expect them to really win. And anybody else that thought any differently was sadly being deceived. But the Democrats are going to have to rethink their whole strategy now. They've
had 6 months to rethink their strategy.
I get it. I get it. But we as their constituents need to stay on them. We really do.
Okay, so if I pick on them, why do people pick on me?
I mean,
isn't that me staying on them?
Well,
don't pick on them, little innocent man. Y'all better man up. Punks, take a L.
I agree. I just feel like we cannot become complacent in this either. We have to let them know, or even though we know that there's nothing they can do, we still need to send some encouragement, if you will, to them so they can keep
3-year-olds.
In a way they are. In the way they are, because they're taking a beating. The Dems are taking a beating right now.
That's what punks do, right? That's why they show up to a gunfight looking for a damn hug. Because be nice to us. Don't pick on Nancy Pelosi. Man, you better man up. This is a fight.
What would you have them do, Eric? Well, if you had your way, what would you be doing?
Stand for something.
Okay.
Stand for something. Don't just tell me they're bad.
Right.
Don't just tell me they're bad.
Well, yeah, we had enough of that during the campaign.
Right. That's for the people. First off, they think that we're stupid enough not to know that this is bad. So don't tell me over and over this is bad. I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know how bad. I didn't know specifically what bad was going to occur, but I knew it'd be bad. I knew it would fly in the face of my beliefs.
So why weren't we listening? What did we do? Did we close our ears? Were we not listening?
I mean, it's the people who stood around the thumb up their butt, doing nothing, right? Listen, as I watch all these juries and grand juries let these police officers go, and all these things, listen, that all goes back to voting.
It does.
Because if you're registered to vote, then you're on a jury. Right? But if you're not registered to vote, then
you're not on anybody's jury.
It's not a jury of their peers.
No.
On juries or grand juries.
Wow. That's a mouthful right there.
I'm just, it all goes back to voting.
That's a mouthful because you're right. Registered? If you're not registered, you will not be picked. There's no pool for you to be picked from to become a juror to someone's, so they could get a fair trial. That just won't happen.
So you asked me what I would do. I would have the biggest voter registration campaign in the history of mankind. In the history of mankind. There's nothing else that these people that are on the progressive side can do. You can't stop anything that's going on.
No.
You can go dance around on television and tell us how bad it is, but you can't do anything else. So why not get your ass out there and register people to vote?
Okay, so how do we get the ones who don't see voting as a means to that such end?
It starts with getting them registered.
Okay, but like I said on the show once before, you got Ray and Pookie now who just worried about trying to find means to take care of their families. So how do you get them to stop focusing on that and understand that in order to get to the means to be able to take care of your family, you've got to be able to change the status quo by voting, and let's get you registered. How do you get them to stop for that one moment to realize that? How do we do that?
I think that it's a stratified effort. I think that Ray and Pookie are probably 4 out of the 5th stratification.
Okay.
Right. There's a whole closer stratification that includes brand new voters,
true,
which are coming on all the time.
True.
There are educated voters who just couldn't find the time because I'm at work and blah, 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 right? All those people, it's easy to make sense to them. And there's enough of them where we can be impactful. And those people, their cousin is Ray Ray and Pookie.
Right. But
call your raggedy ass cousin.
Okay, so now let's go back to something you just said. The person who is registered to vote but didn't take the time or make the time to vote. How do we reach them?
Okay,
and say that is important?
Right, you present ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So when this happens, we know that, for instance, with this plan that they're going to pass, somehow, some way, they're going to cut Medicaid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means your cousin Ray Ray and Pookie
gonna be at your doorstep asking
borrowing
you for
money,
stuff.
right? You know why they at your door? Because your ass didn't vote.
Because you didn't vote. Because I
Right,
got you.
right.
I got you. I got you.
Right. There's nothing else for the progressives to do. They can't do anything in Washington.
True.
Nothing.
Very true.
So why wouldn't you spend your time registering people to vote and presenting your ideas? It's a perpetual campaign of ideas. Listen, if it were me doing it, if we were in charge, this is what we would do. I'd have that conversation forever, every day.
Yeah.
But you don't hear that. You just hear how crazy it is and how bad and Russia, blah, blah, blah. Listen, they're on a track to reelect that man again in 3.5 years. That's what they're getting ready to do. Okay, so what we've managed to do here is probably because you're here.
Is that what it
miss
is?
you.
Because all the lines are like full.
Yeah, so let's get Kurt from Cali. Kurt, what's up, man? Hey, hey,
I
Kurt.
heard the bell, but I don't have I don't hear nobody talking.
Okay, here we go again with these ragged ass.
Well,
phones.
it's okay. Put him back
They
on
just hung
hold.
up on me.
Okay.
Kurt, we're gonna put you back on hold. Give us 1 second here.
Just went dead. Turn the speaker up.
What did you do, Eric?
I didn't do anything. I can't get the damn.
You can't
phone
even
ring.
you can't even drop him. Oh, you dropped him. Go to the yellow line. Try one of the yellow lines.
What's the yellow line?
Start with line 4.
Okay, let's see. Chris, what's up, man? So they can't hear us again. This is incredible. Okay, here we go with the raggedy phones again.
Okay, it's gotta be a
Try
setting.
your side.
Okay, let's try my side. We want to go back to. Let me try line 2.
Mitchell, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sure can.
You can hear me. See here, I can. I think you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. If you heard us last week, you know that the raggedy phone. Remember, we're in the ghetto radio station.
No. Let's just be honest. They've done some adjustments to the phone lines.
Okay, that's what the Republicans said about Medicaid. We haven't cut Medicaid. We've adjusted it.
I knew you were going to do that. Here at the radio station, they've made some adjustments to the phone lines. And what's happening is these adjustments that they've made haven't been quite tweaked. So what we will do is
that what you're calling it?
I get that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it today. What we will do is we will call your name. And in about 5 seconds from that, you can start going with your commentary. Okay. We're going to call your name. Then you go on with your commentary. Give us about 5 seconds to get the line on and then start your commentary. Okay. That's how we're going to do this today until they can figure out how to get these phones lines adjusted so that the conversation is back and forth like it used to be. I don't know what happened. See what happens when I go away. And maybe I just need to stay.
Yeah,
because it seems like
that'll
every
make the
time
phones
I
work.
go away, something happens.
That'll make the phones work.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're going to go back to the phones. We're going to get you, Kurt. Hopefully you can
I'm
hear
not
us.
pushing no more button on that
I
damn
will
phone. You
push the buttons
buttons
on
the
my
phone.
side.
I'm tired of these
Kurt,
ragged ass
you've got, give me about 5 seconds. I'm going to push the button. Go with your commentary. Kurt.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Love it.
4. We're going live. And 1. Yeah, how you guys doing? To the family, good to talk to you. Happy Sunday to you, both of you. Well, I just thought I'd call because I appreciate the focus on what happened in Georgia. But when you guys break down the numbers, I think it would be helpful if you guys would also add in the number of registered voters whose registration cards never made it to the Secretary of State's website, and register the people who wanted to vote. According to Greg Pallas' interview with a board of registration or an office of registration, she registered 86,419 registered signatures, but only 46,000 were added to the Secretary of State's website. Another 40,000 came up missing. Then some Koreans who were trying to register 10,000, their office was raided, and I told you guys about that about 6 months ago when you had Ray Chu on as a guest, and they just straight took their computers, shut them down, and told them they were going to go to jail if they ever start trying to register some Koreans again. So over 50,000 voters were denied an opportunity to participate, and if they did show up, they were given provisional ballots. So when you have a candidate win by only 9,700 votes, when 50,000 registered voters wanted to vote, tried to vote, or denied the opportunity, you got to question the results. So anyway, y'all take it easy.
My man.
We have to make that clear, too, about provisional ballots. And I love that he's brought that up, and he's absolutely right about that. Voter suppression is a thing. It is a real thing. But people need to understand that a provisional ballot, that means when you show up and they give you that provisional ballot, you can vote that day, but that vote will not be actually counted until you have to go back to your county voting registration place and fulfill your obligation to make sure that that vote gets counted. You can fill out your provisional ballot, but if you never follow up on that to make it become final, Kurt is absolutely right. That vote gets tossed out. And in this presidential election, there were a number of people who did provisional ballots but did not go back to make sure that ballot.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. You're trying to get people to the polls is one level, but to get them to go back and check again.
Listen, first off, let's okay.
Think about what that's going to take.
I get what you're saying.
Jeez.
So the fact that they were able to be given that provisional ballot, most people in their mind thought that was their vote. The thing is to make sure that you get that taken care of before you
have to think
there.
about the practical implementation of a plan like that, where we tell people to do that. How do you, if you can't hardly get them to the polls in the first place, how then do you walk them through the provisional ballot process?
Okay, like I just said, you shouldn't even come to a provisional ballot. You should have had your stuff straight before you got there to make sure you were registered to vote.
Oh, that's true too. But how do you even get them there? We haven't gotten past getting them to the polls, let alone all these other machinations of things they got to do, all these other levels.
Well, then maybe that's something locally that we need to organize. Pool runs or poll runs or something.
I can tell you what the answer is. The answer is we need to get secretaries of state that are friendly to voters.
True.
I mean, this stuff gets solved because the Secretary of State is who, in our state at least, who governs the votes. And if we've got a person in office who's watching out for provisional ballots and absentee ballots and everything else that goes on, it's about, all that's a lot easier.
Okay. I get you. I get you. We're going to go.
I'm not pushing that bone.
I know. We're going to the phone lines.
As hell.
Evans.
And I'm sorry, I'm pissed.
I know. Evans, give me 5 seconds. I'm calling your name. Count to 5.
No, count to 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello?
Hi.
This is Evans. Hello?
Okay, Evans. Listen again. We're going to go to break here in a minute. When we call your name, you're not going to be able to hear us. You can hear me now. You can hear me live. I'm going to call your name.
We can hear you.
Give me 5 seconds or make it 2. Just 2 seconds. When I call your name, everybody's listening. When I call your name, 2 seconds, start speaking your point. Okay, Evans.
Good afternoon. I appreciate your show, and I've been listening for 3 years. Can you hear me?
3 years.
I can't hear you. I appreciate your show, but I wanted to make a comment. And my comment is, with my background of spending 30 years in corrections and training, correctional officers, another 20 years with the richest people west of the Mississippi, I find it difficult to understand why people who are preaching to the choir don't understand that the people that they're preaching to are not listening to your program. It's taken me 3 years, because I'm dyslexic, to write down the correct telephone number. And I've been sitting here listening to these comments for quite some time. But if the people that are listening to your program are part of the people who are not voting, in some way you're missing the mark. And it could be better. I'd like you to get a response for that.
Tell you what, we'll give you a response after we take this break and see if we can fix these raggedy ass phones.
We appreciate that, Evans. We'll address that when we come back from break.
Yeah, you know, and he's right. The thing that always troubles me is that the people we really need to talk to, they're not listening.
True.
They don't, I mean, Ray and Lil
they're not
Stomach and all
listening
that,
to the
they
show.
don't hear this.
No.
But Ray and them's cousin is listening. True
right. That.
That's we got to get Ray and them cousin to go call Ray.
Right.
That Ray's important to vote, man. That's why you got locked up, because your boys wasn't on the jury.
Because your boys weren't
registered to vote.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
They need to do it in the churches. The idiot in the White House just opened that up.
He sure did.
Now churches can
advocate.
Churches are the center of the Black community.
Yes, they are.
They need to get busy.
Because before they were worried about losing their 503c or 501c status.
501c3, yeah. Right? And if you're preaching, you're a punk.
Yeah.
Stand up, man.
I agree.
The number is 773-763-9270. Hopefully we'll fix these phones soon. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Won't even know. I said I got Jones in my bone. Oh, shit. I said the things that I got won't know. Oh, no. Oh, my natural life. I've been waiting.
Hi, I'm Chris Boulware, founder of itsashort.com. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Hey, Chicago, this is Richard Chu with First Capital Insurance Group. Have you been looking for a way to better grow your safe money to make sure that your hard-earned income is protected from the inconsistency of the volatile markets? Have you often wondered how so many wealthy people protect themselves from loss when the stock market goes down, like it did during our most recent recession? Well, we have answers to those questions. We have solutions that allow you to win the market and inflation battle, reduce taxes on your hard-earned money, give you better than market performance by protecting your money during a down market, which allows you to leave a legacy for your family and loved ones, and most importantly, provide you with an income during your retirement years that can't be outlived, unlike your old 401k, IRA, pension, or mutual funds. So, if you want to revisit your old way of saving for the future and truly protect your safe money, give us a call at 312-243-562 or go to our website, www.firstcig.com. That's www.stcig.com and click on the retirement planning button. We want to help you protect your future starting today.
The Law Office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you, whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck. You better call Darnell. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI? I think you better call Darnell. Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony? I think you better call Darnell. Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm? I think you better call Darnell. When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home? I think you better call Darnell. That's right. You better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Are you looking for the best residential and commercial laundry service in the Chicagoland area? Then you want PleaseDoMyLaundry.com. That's PleaseDoMyLaundry.com.
How many of us have them? Friends. Before we go any further, let's be friends.
I'm Zena Smith, the owner of Masters Plus Tutoring Program in Homewood, Illinois, and welcome back to the family meeting.
Welcome to Raggedy Phone World. And today, one thing is another. Right?
We're going to get through this.
We need to put some gas in the tank, man. That's the thing, running on gas.
We're going to get through this. I promise.
You always get everybody trophies, man. We always get everybody got to win. Everybody got to win with you.
Everybody has to win. That's right.
Right. Okay, the number 7. Well, I'll give out the number again.
Yeah, because we're still going to talk to you.
Yeah.
You can't hear us, but we can hear you.
Because I'm just saying.
I know.
The big black man finna come out.
I know. I know. That's what I'm trying to calm down. Trying to calm the black man down. The big black man. Calm down. Listen to the sound of my voice.
773-763-9278. This is Tressa's request here. She wanted to hear friends.
Yes, I did. That's for my friend Michael Williams. Michael was my dude this whole week. He kept sending me little somethings. So, Mike, thank you. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. He sent you some weed too?
No, he sent me no weed. You know, I mean, but if somebody want to send me some weed, you know that.
Easy, killer. Easy.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the phone lines, and again, when I call your name, count 2 seconds, and then go ahead with your commentary. Matt.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. So, all right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this week, I don't know if this got brought up or not, but actually, you know what? Just yesterday, this happened. A black police officer in St. Louis was off duty, and he heard a disturbance outside. So he brought... Yeah, I'll move forward. Thank you. Sorry, I'm on guys telling me to move forward.
Hey, man, I think we got that in the newscast. We have that on the
Yeah,
newscast.
we have that. It's coming up. Can you hear us, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What? What?
Awesome.
Unbelievable. You got to turn your radio down, man.
Well, no, I just got back.
Okay, Matt's into something now.
Matt, we're going to drop you.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So there was a black police officer who was off duty, and he heard a disturbance down the street, and the police were coming up. And he ran out with his service weapon. And at first, the police were like, "Uh-oh, this guy's coming at us with a gun." So they asked him to get on the ground. And when he got closer, they realized who it was because they had worked with this fellow. And they let him off and gave him back his weapon, and he was assisting. And then an 8-year veteran of the police department, let me clarify, a white veteran of the police department pulled up, saw a non-uniform African-American man standing there with a gun and shot him.
Well,
in the shoulder.
so Matt, there's a nuance to that story because when he rolled up, they asked him, they thought he was a criminal, so the police on the scene asked him to lay down. He laid down, and then they identified him. Then he got back up, and then Barney Fife ran up and shot him in the shoulder.
And this was a different officer than the one that told him to lay down.
Right. Now this man's been shot. The other 7 cops are on administrative leave because this moron decided to fire his gun. Now, let me ask you something. And I know why it happened, but if a man is standing there talking to a police officer, a group of police officers with a gun that is clearly holstered or at least near him in front of the view of the police officers, you would think that man doesn't want to be shot and that the police are okay with him being around there.
That's right, man.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. No, it's nuts, man. It's bananas. I mean, it's, think about, right now, as a solidly middle-class man, I am afraid of the police.
So it sounds to me like the other officers should be afraid as well.
Right. Oh, Barney Fife ran up shooting somebody.
So
here comes Gomer. Citizens arrest. Citizens arrest.
You know they're gonna figure out a way to pin this on him, right? This was all his fault. He was off duty. He didn't readily identify himself. It's going to be something that's going to come up. Of course, that it was his
They're going to
fault
bring up his
as
HR
to why
records
he
or
got shot.
something.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know that's going to work.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay, you are handling the phones.
I am. I got the phones, man.
Oh, okay, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Tressa hung up on you, man.
I did. I'm sorry. That was accident, though. All right, let's go to the phones again. Dave in Sacramento.
Sacramento, California.
How
Hello.
are you?
How you doing? No time. I was away for this last weekend.
You were? We missed you.
Yeah.
No, we didn't really miss you, man. We didn't really miss you.
You never do. I know he doesn't. This is
I
okay.
do.
I appreciate it.
I don't miss no dude, man. Come on, I don't. I'm just saying.
That's all right.
How you doing today,
You
Dave?
see me walking up on a dude. Hey, Jerome, I miss you, man.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you guys need to
Jerome
tell
was
each
all
other
right,
you
man.
miss him
Men
a little
don't
bit
do that,
more.
I like Dave, but I don't miss you.
Yeah, all right.
What's on your mind today, Dave?
I wanted to say this. I want people to understand something. Are you there?
Yep.
We're here.
Okay. This is the most important key, and I want you to make sure people understand this. All right. That how in the hell that the Senate is going to be voting on this health care, and they're BSing everybody, saying that, oh no, we're going to go ahead and take care of the Medicaid, the people on Medicaid. No, don't worry, we'll take care of them. How in the hell can you say you're taking care of the Medicaid when you already passed it through the House, when you already dumped 20 million people on that on Medicaid when you passed that bill?
24 million. Mm-hmm.
Well, you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So how can we trust the Senate if the House already kicked it already to the curb, and then you're going to go ahead and tell us that you're going to make some changes to take care of the people that are 24 million people on Medicaid? You know something? You guys are so full of it. You guys, it hasn't. You're going to take the Senate's word that that they're going to go ahead and take care of Medicaid when they already kicked off 20 million people off the Medicaid on that bill through the House. You people out there raising a flag, standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance, you guys are the biggest hypocrite, the hypocrisy I've ever seen. And you call yourself America is great when you're kicking.
Yeah, but Dave,
it's totally inhumane.
But Dave, aren't you doing
without Medicaid? Are you crazy?
Dave, then aren't you doing what I just talked about? I mean, let's talk about ideas. What do you want the Democrats to do when they have control of the chambers of Congress?
Well, like I said, to be honest with you, I want a single payer. We had the House. We controlled the House and the Senate on the first term of Obama. He could have went ahead and did the single payer on his first term.
Okay, I got you. That's in the past, though. That's in the past. We've got to start talking about what we want done, because really, the Senate is going to pass this bill. There's nothing that Democrats can do. They're going to pass this thing.
I got two things.
Okay.
Two things. Healthcare and jobs is the most important thing they should be talking about right now.
That's exactly
and not
right.
fighting with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right.
That's what the Dems should be doing right now. You are exactly right, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they should be doing right now. Jobs and healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And stop fighting with Trump. Stop it.
Yeah.
You're not going to win with that guy. You want to win? Talk about healthcare and talk about employment. Talk about jobs.
That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Dave, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.
Wow.
He went that direction. See how that goes that direction? We just complain about what they're doing. No ideas. See?
He did,
but
we're getting them.
Listen, take your lumps.
Yeah.
Take your lumps.
Yeah.
Be mad at the people who had their thumb up their butt.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you need to be mad at. Don't be mad at Trump or the Republicans. They're doing what Trump and the Republicans do. This is what happens when you lose.
That they are. Wayne in Chicago, how you doing today?
How y'all doing?
Hi, Wayne.
Yes, I just want to piggyback on. I hear echo.
It's okay. Just keep talking.
That's that shallow part of my head, man.
Anyway, I want to piggyback a little bit on Kurt. What he didn't mention was, he mentioned about the Korean Americans and the African Americans. That is like 50,000 votes that they threw away. But the thing is, when both groups contacted the Secretary of State, what happened to our names? Our names supposed to be on the voter rolls. The response both times was a Gestapo-type raid by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, coming in with their guns, kicking in doors, threatening people with felonies and jail time. So, I mean, what can you say about something like the Democrats are going to have to, you know what? One senator can stop all business for that day. Man, I should have.
Wait a minute. You mean with the filibuster?
Right now,
you mean with
I'll stop business every day.
You mean with the filibuster? How do you mean stop it? How can a senator stop what's going on?
There's some type of senatorial law where one senator can stop all the business in that chamber for that day.
Yeah, but that's a temporary condition, and I think that it involves cloture.
A different senator can do it every day. So do it until they stop this crap that they're doing. Let me tell y'all something. Hundreds of thousands of people going to die. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
If they pass this bill as is, hundreds of thousands of people are going to die because those nursing homes are not going to get that money for the disabled and the elderly. So
that's
y'all
true.
need to understand.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Elections have consequences, and I don't disagree with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying this is the consequence of not voting. We need to really emphasize the number you just said about hundreds of thousands of people dying, and they're going to die not because of what the Republicans are doing, but because people didn't vote.
Right. And let me say one last thing. Mookie and Pookie, what we have to do, all of us, we have to do our research and show Mookie and Pookie how this directly affects you and your family, putting these rats in the office by not voting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're right.
Okay, y'all, I'm gone.
My man.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's
He's right.
He is right.
We got to make sure that we direct our ire where it belongs. It has nothing to do with the Senate Republicans. It really doesn't. They're just doing what they do. I have a dog. Everybody knows I have a dog, right? The dog sniffs other dogs' butts. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
I'm not going to be surprised when he sniffs somebody's butt. Oh, I'm appalled. What are you doing? That's what dogs do.
Yes, dogs do. Yeah.
I don't mean to call Senate Republicans dogs, but they just do what they do. We knew this was coming.
You're right.
Right? So don't get mad at them for they're doing what they said they were going to do. Trump's been an idiot all of his life.
And he made no bones about it. He did everything he could to show people who he really was. And they still voted him in.
Still voted for him. And the people who saw that were not appalled enough to not vote for him or to not get out and vote against him. This is what you get. I know it sounds cold. And I'm not saying that I don't mind people dying. I'm not saying that at all.
No, not at all.
But I'm saying the line should be, look at what you did by not voting. Right. So that in 2018, it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Be mindful of that and figure out how we can not let this happen again.
That's right.
Because we're dying over here and we're going to be dying. Just like Wayne said, it's going to be a lot of people that are going to die.
Reality is it's going to be a lot of the people who voted for Trump.
That is the sad reality.
Right. But they're going to blame the Mexicans. Watch them. Listen. Now I'm dead and I'm dead because of the Mexicans. See what you did? It's because of the Mexicans I died.
Have mercy.
I'm just, it's good. That's their logic. You know how that works.
YouTube, help me out because I don't get that one.
Right. See, now I'm all dead and stuff and in the grave and everything. Those damn Mexicans, man.
It was the Mexicans.
Damn, I'm in the grave now. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
He gets a stranger smile, so I say hi. What's up? Who understood? Yeah, understood the plans. Hip heard of it and put it to his hands. What I just flip, let borders get loose. How to consume for the beaches like.
Hi, this is Attorney Cannon Lambert. Give me a call at 312-977-1300. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
It don't matter, I'm fatter, axe butter, how I zone.
Man, Cleopatra Jones.
And I'm chill like that. I'm chill like that.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings.
Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris is introducing a new way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
This is Richard Chu, owner of First Capital Insurance Group, and my message: do what is doable. We each have a different measure of financial success. My mission is to help you define your financial goals in light of a realistic budget and time horizon. I want you to have a great year and a great life, but we have to keep it real. Is your retirement plan giving you the protection, interest rate, and cash you'll need in retirement? If you've had issues with your 401k, IRA, or other financial programs, give us a call. We have proven solutions and we can help. My direct number is 312-243-3907. Let's talk soon, or visit my website, firstcig.com. That's the number 1, stcig.com.
I'm Teresa McDonald, and here are the top stories we are following here at the family meeting. The shooting of a Black off-duty police officer in St. Louis on Wednesday evening has sparked a conversation about racial bias within the city's police department. The 11-year vet left his home in plain clothes to assist other officers who were responding to a car theft report in his neighborhood. When he arrived, the other officers initially didn't recognize him and immediately told him to drop to the ground. After recognizing him, though, one of the officers told him to stand up, and that's when another police officer who had just arrived shot him in the arm. Of course, the cop who was fired the gun feared for his safety, or at least that's what he's probably going to say. California Attorney General Xavier Becerra announced on Thursday that his state would prohibit state-funded and state-sponsored travel to 4 more states: Alabama, Kentucky, South Dakota, and Texas, due to discriminatory legislation enacted.
Anyway.
Yeah, some people do, but apparently they're going to do this due to discriminatory legislation enacted in those states that target LGBT Americans. Under former Attorney General and now Senator and Howard University alum Kamala Harris, the state had already banned travel to Tennessee, North Carolina, Mississippi, and Kansas for similar reasons. Happy Pride Weekend to all of you out there, too. Seattle police released the 911 call, additional surveillance video, and details of the Charlena Lyles shooting on Thursday, less than a week after officers opened fire on the pregnant mother with her children present in her Seattle apartment. The video shows the 24 hours prior to the 2 police officers shot the 30-year-old Lyles multiple times after they accused her of attacking them with knives. In the Sunday 911 call, Lyles reports a break-in, telling the operator that she noticed some stuff missing. Lyles also told the 911 operator that her children were in the house with her. Although the Seattle Police Department released video and audio from the shooting days after the incident, Lyles' criminal history was revealed hours after she was gunned down. What did that have to do with her being shot by them? Richmond, Virginia's mayor is taking a middle-of-the-road approach to the hot-button issue of Confederate monuments. Mayor LeVar Stoney announced on Thursday that the monuments would remain, but he appointed a 13-member commission that would find ways to tell the historic facts about them with the aim of correcting false narratives. At a press conference, the mayor described the monuments as the alternative facts of their time, combining equal parts myth and deception. Stoney, 36, added that the monuments were created not only to lionize the architects and defenders of slavery, but to perpetuate the tyranny and terror of Jim Crow and reassert a new era of white supremacy. Visit our website, tfmradioshow.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which we are broadcasting live right now for archived radio and video of the broadcast, as well as our music playlist. Be sure to like us on Facebook right now and follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show. The news today is sponsored by Mrs. Indecent Exposure Aromatherapy Bath and Body. Visit us on the web at mrsbubblebath.com. This has been your Family Meeting News, and we'll be right back with more of the Family Meeting.
You're listening to Chicago's only independent progressive talk station, 820 AM WCPT Willow Springs and 92.5 WCPT FM DeKalb, Chicago's progressive talk.
Is your child prepared for the school year? Getting started early means a better chance of getting ahead. Masters Plus Tutoring in Homewood is the program that works. No matter what your child needs to prepare for the coming academic year, better study habits, organizational skills, or time management, Masters Plus can help. In fact, they tutor students in all subjects from kindergarten through college. Perhaps ACT, SAT, or Catholic high school prep are in order. Just visit mptutors.com and request a consultation. All sessions are taught by certified instructors in a private one-to-one setting to ensure each student receives individualized instruction. Whether your child is at a basic level or reaching for advanced placement, Masters Plus Tutoring can help. Call 708-798-8400 or visit them on the web at mptutors.com. Mention WCPT and you'll receive a $25 tuition credit with a purchase of 4 hours or more. That's mptutors.com.
The name of my business is Mrs. Indecent Exposure. We are an intimate aromatherapy, massage, bath, and body shop. We have the best aromatherapy, bath, and skincare products available. You can find us in Chicago and on the World Wide Web. We're located at 6916 West North Avenue in Chicago, 3 blocks east of Harlem Avenue, 773-417-3223. Mrs. Indecent Exposure, MRSNDEXPO.com.
I wanna dance tonight. I wanna toast tonight. I'll spend my money tonight. I'll spend my money tonight. I wanna dance tonight. I wanna toast tonight. I'll spend my money tonight. I wanna get freaky tonight. Freaking baby, yeah. First thing we need to do is buy brand new fits for you. Make sure that you look good. Make sure that I smell good. Let's purchase 2 new Bentleys. I know that it looks trendy. So glad that it's not windy. Here comes that girl named Donnie. Ask if she wants to.
The number is 773-763. Don't sing it, girl.
See, you always have to cut me off when I'm singing. I'm in the
Go ahead,
groove.
I'm listening. Go ahead and sing. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm too late. Now, you know, messed up my groove.
You forgot the words.
Yeah,
that
that- That's what happened. I forgot the words.
You just hum it then, like you act like you know the words. Go ahead.
I want toast tonight. I'm done.
773-763-9278 is the number. Okay. Why don't we do the phones? I'll do it. Let me do it.
That's fine. I just want to point out that we are having a very, very lively conversation here on YouTube. The chat is going on. Cheryl P says Dems need a good ground game across the U.S. Yeah. Individualize the message. If someone you love or know is currently utilizing a nursing home, this is how they'll be affected.
Yeah, but
that's why you need to vote.
That's true. But you got to stand for something, not against something.
Exactly. Stop talking about what they're against and start talking about what they are for. I agree. You get no argument from me.
They're not doing that at all.
None.
You don't know who they are. Let's get Mitchell here. Mitchell, what's up, man?
Yeah, I agree with you that basically you have Trump for basically, another, 4 years. And I think the average American, if they were to find out how much money was sunk into this last election for Team Hillary, they probably would never vote again. The hypocrisy. is so crazy when it comes to the sense of entitlement. I think there was a bubble. No, I know there was a bubble. And when they realized that, the Clintons, the Bushes, both sides of the aisle are bought and paid for. And the reality of it all is this, is that the average American can't come to grips, okay, for voting for Hillary Clinton, okay? And this whole notion that she was going to bring all this on that, they saw right through it. And you got to realize that the current economy isn't doing so great with jobs. The guy before you, earlier call talked about, and healthcare and primary care are completely at a transformational point. So you're really, unless the Democrats are fractured, they splintered. So until they come up with a new person that has some sensibility, that has an ability to basically think critically and think for themselves and actually appeal to something, you're stuck with Trump for easily another 4 years.
Yeah, I think so too. And I hate to say it, but I think I agree with you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Sure. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nuts. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go ageism on you. They're old too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Senate in general is old, but the leadership in the Democratic Party on the elected side is old.
Yeah, it's old as well.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with being old. And I don't mean old in the age sense. I mean, it's been around forever.
It's the thought process too. It's a thinking process.
There's some new blood and energy in there. And these people
I think
are
they're
holding all the
lost.
positions.
They're lost in communication right now. They can't find a way to even communicate with today's generation. They don't speak their language. Not at all.
Except to try to frighten people. And I hate to say this, but probably one of the appeals of the idiot in the White House right now was the fact that he was just stupid, just doing stupid stuff, and they found it entertaining. We live in they can identify with it.
Right, they can identify with it.
He's stupid.
Yeah,
I'm stupid too. I'll vote for him.
Yeah, it was just an entertainment deal. It was like watching reality TV, and because we have so much of that going on, that's why they navigated to that.
Yeah.
The facts didn't matter. So there you go.
Still don't. Okay, Mark in Cleveland. You're calling from Cleveland, Mark?
Yeah, Reeves from Cleveland, first time caller.
Yeah, y'all took a big L this year in Golden State, huh?
Well, I don't really follow sports, but I'm sorry we lost. By the way, I'm getting an echo on my line, so I'll make this quick. I would like to add two suggestions to your discussion about increasing voting. First, my idea is make Election Day a holiday, and second, introduce mandatory voting like they have in Australia. And since I'm getting an echo myself, I will hang up and let you respond on the air. Thank you, and have a great show.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. I don't know why we have voting day anyway. We should have voting week, voting month. Why not have a week?
Yeah, listen, you're saying everything that should be being done. Mark is exactly right. Why isn't Election Day a holiday? And if you can, if you go vote, bring your voter, tab back in, and that's how you get your holiday pay. Maybe if it's 1 hour or 2 hour. So maybe we need to be somehow getting some sort of legislation passed for the employers to even recognize that, much like we do the other holidays. We have a bunch of useless holidays going on right now that people are getting paid a full day's pay for, that stand for nothing. So why not stand for and have that would matter?
Well, here's the problem. You don't hear any Democrats talking about that.
No, you don't.
No, I mean, advocate for something like that.
Yes. Yep.
Stand up for something. I mean, in the face of, so what they talk about is voter suppression, right? They're complaining that someone is trying to suppress the vote. Well, present a solution.
Give me something
to vote for.
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus Christ, man, these people. Man.
Ben.
Okay,
9.
Okay, 9. We get Ben here. Ben, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I would like to offer a slightly different perspective of the direction that you're following.
Hey, Ben, do you have us on speakerphone? Hey, Ben.
Without any discussion.
Does Ben have us on speaker?
Actual organizing for the purpose of direct action on matters of
We're going to have to put him on hold.
Man, you got to hold on, man. Ben, you got to take us off speaker, man.
Yeah, whatever you've got going on, Ben, there was a lot of interference there.
Yeah. How about Ann?
We got you back on hold. We'll get back to you, Ben.
Let's see what Ann has to say today. Hey, Ann, how are you?
Hi, how you doing this afternoon?
Hi, Ann. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I did have a couple of points to make, but you said don't make any points. but just give solutions. But I did have a couple of points.
Okay, go ahead.
38% are still sticking with Donald Trump, according to the news this morning. So they're not coming around to believe that he didn't do anything wrong. So they're not coming around to sanity at all. So
but we don't need them, though,
we
do
must
we?
move on to save ourselves and let them be.
Right.
Some new laws and amendments must be implemented because of the mistakes made in the election process of 2015. Mental evaluation of a candidate, revisions made in the emoluments clause, full income tax disclosure, nepotism law. I think the president should be kind and firm and diplomatic to foreign leaders because they need to work together to bring some form of peace to all people. And new and revised voting and gun laws, because it's like a new form of slavery that has hit America. When we were slaves, they would shoot us when we run. They would shoot us when we stand. They would shoot us when we were on the ground. And they would shoot us when we had our hands up. It didn't matter. And on a lighter note, what about the president having some manners and respect all people and like American people and must help and not harm the American people? That's helping the poor, the disabled, and not dragging them across the floor, help the children, the elderly, mental health services, domestic violence, and mother with children, and not treating them like a detestable boil to get rid of. Believe that the president is working for the people and not only himself and his self-interest only. And we can move this country forward 50 steps.
Agreed.
50 years, not backwards.
Agreed, Ann. Agreed.
Thank you.
Great
Have a
You're
good
welcome.
day.
Great.
Thank
You
you.
too, Ann. I appreciate that. Good points.
Wow.
Let's see if Ben has us off speaker yet here. Hey, Ben, what's up, man?
Yes, good afternoon. Is this better?
This is much better.
Okay, thank you for being willing to try again. I appreciate it. What I want to suggest was that in addition to electoral work, why not also be discussing about direct action organizing on particular economic things that could be done? Like, for example, if you talk about insurance, and particularly medical insurance, there's no reason why people couldn't learn how to set up their own insurance cooperatives and be able to balance them out properly and compete with the existing structure. That would be one thing. Another thing, where are the community organizing organizations in all of this in terms of helping people understand what they could possibly do that is a direct action? The foundations, in Chicago, one of the major problems is that foundations don't fund organizing, at least any genuine organizing that's bottom-up based. So I think the essence of what I'm trying to offer is that you can focus on the electoral side all you want, but when you basically have two parties that are producing the same answers with the same structures, and you don't have an organizing piece to act in sort of a competition to that, I don't know what you're expecting to get.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree because you're
agree
right.
with
We
you
have
too.
to operate outside of the electoral system, the two-party system, to get things done. They have to feel threatened that they won't get our vote if they don't do what we want.
And then we can't wait.
Well, I'm not saying just only dealing with a vote. you see, the thing is that there are actions that people could take to create their own economic structures and also to deal with existing economic structures in terms of certain actions against them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so try this on for size. Then I think that one of the maybe positive outcomes of this Senate bill is that the states may take up their own laws, and the states where we have progressive leadership may actually do what California is doing, which is do their own single payer system.
I understand, but what about people themselves being able to figure out how to solve some of these problems and maybe move their states and local municipalities to do that? If they don't have the organizing help to do that, then that's, I think, also part of the problem.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Organizing is a lost art. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And I hope that maybe that's something, over time, maybe that's something you could help to deal with.
You're gonna put it on me, huh? Give me another job.
No, we have to put it on all of us. But I also want to point out that a major part of the problem is that in Chicago, for example, there is one foundation with nearly
Oh, you got dropped there, man.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Something happened.
Yeah. Let's get to Paul, Northwest Side here. Paul, what's up, man?
Yeah, hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, Paul.
Welcome back, Teresa.
Thank you.
Okay, now, I'm optimistic about the 2018 midterms. These special congressional elections that Republicans did win, but they won by much narrower margins than ever before in districts that have been Republican forever. And by the way, John Ossoff won that Georgia election. When the margin is that close, you factor in voter suppression, and it's obvious that the election was stolen, like many others have been. Georgia has the most restrictive voter ID laws in the country, along with placebo ballots and all the other rotten stuff that there should be laws against. And also, people haven't lost their health care just yet, nor have any of the worst, most draconian policies, which will harm most of us, have kicked in just yet. So, when that happens, that's going to sway public opinion too. Now, the Senate health care bill doesn't look like it'll pass at this point. No Democrats will vote for it, and they can only afford 2 Republican defections. 5 Republicans won't vote for them. 4 of them, including Rand Paul and Ted Cruz, won't because they believe the bill is too generous. Susan Collins is the only Republican senator who's reasonable and has a sense of decency and has expressed opposition to the bill because it'll harm people. Now, Trump says he thinks these health care bills that have been proposed are mean, and he wants a humane health care policy, but he won't put his money where his mouth is and veto a horrible health care bill. He's getting too rich off the presidency to cross the party who could and would impeach him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
You're a little more optimistic than I am. I don't think that they would ever. Thanks, Paul. They'd ever impeach him. I don't think they would.
No, they would never do that.
And
that's why I don't understand why they keep spending so much time on that, to keep people thinking, listening, or watching, because it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're just wasting time.
Tell you what, Mitch McConnell's got skills, man. I don't agree with him on much of anything, but he's got skills. He can whip these votes up.
Turtle.
Yeah.
He's the devil. He's the devil, man. I tell you.
Well, he getting ready to get these votes. I bet you that. Yeah. Well, what you gonna do, man? Except get out and stand for something. Take your lumps for now. Whatever. Stay tuned for more at the family meeting.
Why I stay? I think of saving myself, but with nothing to complain about in heaven, what would I do? I think of saving myself, but I really want to work it out down here in hell with you. See, I want to make you feel the vibe. Wanna burn you with my bad days. Ooh, wanna be unsatisfied, so you can feel the heat coming from me, baby. What would I do if
Polaris is introducing a new way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
The law office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you, whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck,
You better call Darnell.
had a few drinks too many, a cop hits you with a DUI or OWI,
Think you better call Darnell.
arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony,
I think you better call Darnell.
purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm,
I think you better call Darnell.
when your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home,
I think you better call Darnell.
that's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now, 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Kiss the back of my neck bone. Make it hot like Louisiana. Shoot, that's so good.
Sweet like sweet potato pie, like collard greens and yams on the side. I'm full from top to the bottom.
Hi, this is Tommy Nelson. Visit me at A Custom Cabinet Design, Facebook.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
So yeah, we should be voting for a week.
A whole week.
Should be voting week.
And it
right?
should be a paid holiday. I mean, if you can go and come back to work and bring your voter stub, that's how you get your money.
Here's the thing, though. Early voting is something that goes on here in Illinois. I think it lasts for like a month, right? So we basically got a month to vote.
Yeah, it starts way out.
We got like a month to vote, but they limit the number of polls. So, one thing we could be advocating for, as Ben said, organizing, is more early voting polling sites.
Polling sites.
Right.
I agree. We need to check into that. Mhm.
It's always
Yeah,
we.
yeah,
Then
we-
it end up becoming me or you or something. It never,
We need to
it ain't
check that
never
out.
we. It's always some one of us.
Okay, so then we should employ our audience to next week bring us ideas on how we can do that.
This guy Orr, who ran voting for Cook County, he's retiring.
Is he?
Yeah, he's retiring. So somebody else is going to take over that. Maybe that's the person we got to.
That might be.
They got to have an election.
Mm.
Yeah, he's like 72 or something now. I didn't know he was that old. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to the. Why can't I see this, man? Good Lord. Let's get Dave. He's calling from Hoffman Estates. Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, first time I picked up on you guys. I've been around with Dick Hayes ever since day one, but I got to listen on your last news break and talking about, where they're talking about tearing down the Confederate statue. Now, question I got to ask you: how do you all feel? Do you feel that that's equal, like when the Japanese were excluding the atrocities they did during World War II from their history books, a la kind of rewriting history? I mean, good, bad, or whatever. It's a history of ours.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. And so I think you're talking about the monuments in Richmond.
Correct. And, down south. Like in Louisiana, they tore a few of these down.
Yeah.
And I just was curious, do you feel that that's like rewriting the history? I know it's a sore spot. So
yeah, it is. And I, you know what, believe it or not, I do understand that it is history, but I think it's history that belongs in a book. I don't think that we memorialize treasonous people.
Okay. And I'll take it one more step for you on that. I served during the Cold War, and I never really thought much about it till later. Would the black soldiers, how do they feel serving a lot of the army posts down south? As they're named, most of them are named after a lot of Confederate generals. Do they get uneasy?
That's a good question.
Well, listen, man, anytime you're talking about the Confederacy, you're talking about treasonous people. And then the bigger question is what do you do and how do you feel about people who commit treason? I mean, fast forward to nowadays. Let's say that we decide that, what's the guy that released all the WikiLeaks stuff or stole and he went to Russia?
Yeah, I can't think
that
of his
guy.
name right
Anyway, somebody who betrays the country and flees like this guy did to Russia. So do we at some point put a statue up for him? And I think the answer is no.
On the flip side, we were going to put one as a Secretary of State, and David Petraeus. He brought those books and after his lover so she could write a novel.
Who's going to put up a statue for him? He's not even dead yet.
No, but he was going to be what, about the fourth heartbeat from the presidency? They were going to put him as a Secretary of State. They had tossed his name in.
That's your boy Trump.
Yeah, well, everything about what goes on in the White House now is crazy.
This is totally bizarre over there.
Oh yeah, but to your point though, I don't know if anybody's inclined to treat treasonous people in a revered way. I'm not.
I know I'm not.
No, not a trophy. The history, yeah, I agree with you. It should be in the books. We should tell the entire story of what those people who were in those statues did to other human beings. I agree with that 100%.
Other Americans, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I just kind of brought it up kind of like food for thought. I ain't exactly getting my hood on or nothing. It's just, I had to bring it up for thought.
You didn't put your hood on today? I'm kidding, man.
No. Hey, the first time I picked up on your show.
Well, we appreciate you listening, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Take care. You know what? Let's see what's on Tommy's mind today. Tom, what's up, man?
Well, let me try to make this very quickly for you, because I have never heard or seen so much brain deadness in my life. I understand being emotional. I understand being cynical. But what I don't understand is not paying attention. I mean, it's pretty clear. This guy came on, he said that the stuff was all rigged. Come to find out, the reason why he said all that is because he was part of the rigging. The elective machines were hacked. I told you that from day one. And more that all this stuff unwinds. They're now talking about the 20-some states, but they're trying to make it absolutely clear that they didn't do this. And then you start going back and you start looking at things. You start understanding how the Republicans sequestered the government. You understand how they suppress the vote. You understand how right now their narrative was, what has a black man, the 44th president of the United States of America, done for black people? And the answer was allowed in the midterm elections, nothing. What has the 45th president of the United States done for white people? He called you dumb. He turned around, not only called you dumb, but now has passed legislation to put you out of health care. And you still are not getting it. The craziest thing that we ever did was took down those Confederate statues, because they are the epitome and the pinnacle of hate that exists in this country against people that have done nothing, against the people who run this country, because it was them and them alone who made the decisions for everything that has happened in this country. And by the way, where are the jobs that you were crying and hollering and screaming about that Obama didn't deliver? Where are they now? I mean, this stuff here is so up in your face. And I've come on this station on many occasions. You don't like how I say it. Some of you even think that I'm racist. But now, how and why don't you get it? They have said, skip you. They don't care who you are or what you are. If you ain't on the money train, skip you. Goodbye, idiot. Hello.
You can catch Tommy at some point during the second hour of the family meeting every Sunday. Thanks, Tom. We just tried to do our community service by letting Tom get it out.
There you go.
So that he don't take it out on somebody.
Yeah.
And thank you for that, Tom.
Yeah. I just got a text message that said they were listening to the show, and it says, nice talk show. I listened for a while. He says, and the Confederacy is not only treasonous, but oppressive also. A culture and generation of people had to be submitted to pure evil for another to thrive. And that's what those statues stand for. And that's why they want them gone. That's why I want them gone.
Yeah.
They are a symbol of the oppression that was inflicted upon a culture of people.
But I also agree with the people who talk about it in terms of their heritage.
I agree with that too.
Right. And we should tell the entire story.
The entire story.
Right?
Don't just cherry pick it. Don't just cherry pick it.
Yep. Tell the whole story about what these people stood for, did, and fought for.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
But you're not getting no trophy.
No.
Because, in Richmond, they have a whole, you been to Richmond before?
Yeah, I have. I've been
They
to
got a
Richmond.
whole street dedicated to
They
those
sure
people.
do.
And what's
They sure
funny
do.
about it, you've got all these Confederate military people memorialized with these statues along this street for however long. It's a long street. And at the very end of the street is a statue of, ready for this? Arthur Ashe.
What you say?
You got all these Confederate soldiers, traitors, and the last statue on the street is Richmond's own Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe, yeah. I love the question that you posed on YouTube. Can you name a country that memorializes traitors? And Michael said, yep, the United States.
He wants behind what's door number 2. Are you behind door number 2?
I'm not behind door number 2.
I think that's what he was asking about. Want you behind.
There are no Nazi memorials in Germany. He said it's illegal.
Okay.
Wow.
Only America does that.
Yep.
And throws people off.
And throws people off of health insurance.
Let's get Steve from the Gold Coast. Steve, what's up, man?
Yes, you actually have a number of really interesting topics.
Oh, we did it this week, then. We got it right for once.
We did it, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to this whole question of who should we memorialize, I mean, I'm perfectly for the idea that if you want to come together with a group of people and buy a piece of property and form an organization and stick a statue of Lee or Jefferson or whoever else you want to put up, Jefferson Davis rather, then that's up to you. But we're talking about public property. And the fact is that those statues went up during a time when basically African Americans were disenfranchised, and the only people who were going to make public policy and allocate funds for those statues and memorials were descendants of white Southerners. Well, now, we're in a new day and age, and African Americans have ascended the political ladder. Modern day whites don't think the same way that they did 50 and 100 years ago. And therefore, we're changing the way that, what we value in society. And we're saying, at one time, we put up certain things. Well, guess what? Today, we're taking down certain things. And having said that, also, I wanted to comment on this whole question of health care. And excuse me, there's an ambulance behind me, but hopefully you can still hear me. There's not a single state, for people who don't know it, as of 10 days ago, there's not a single state in the union that supported the GOP bill that came out of the House, where there was a majority of people in any state that supported that legislation, which should tell you something about where this stands. George Stephanopoulos' show this morning, an excellent point was made. And many feel that Sorry about that. Right behind me.
You had a lot of folks running, Steve, because we were like, is they
So
after
they're
me?
not chasing me. Trust me, it's the cops. are
I
not
thought
after
the
me.
Popo's after Steve, man.
And I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun.
We'll find out, won't we?
Exactly. If you hear shots, there's somebody call a defense attorney.
Call Darnell.
Exactly. Call Darnell.
Oh my God.
I
love it.
I do not have a gun. Having said that, there are a lot of people who feel that Mitch McConnell, knows that this is not going to get passed, and as a result of which, he wants to put this vote behind us ASAP. And I think that that's quite frankly where we are, because he knows he's not going to get this passed. There are several Republican senators who won't pass it because, frankly, they think it goes too far. People like Rand Paul, and then others who think who know that if they vote for it, they stand a good chance of being unseated in the next election. So I think that Mitch McConnell knows this, that he just wants to get it behind them so they can move on to tax reform. Because, again, people need to understand that once you have a benefit, it's very difficult to undo that benefit. It's different when you have a hypothetical whereby people aren't actually enjoying the benefit of legislation. So, it's kind of akin to asking people to vote to repeal Social Security. Do you really think that anybody in their right mind is going to offer up that bill without knowing that it's going to damage their party? So that's why this is really suicide on the part of the Republicans.
Yeah, it sure is.
We did not lose the election, the special election in Georgia, because it was stolen or because voter suppression. We lost it in part because the entire country, a lot of Democrats, including those from very liberal states, sent a lot of money into Georgia to help win that election. And what it ended up being was a talking point for Republicans who turned it around on us and said, do you want people from San Francisco electing your congressman? And unfortunately, that's what happened. It energized the other side. So I wouldn't say that the election was stolen, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And, there aren't enough people who are of a background who are traditionally suppressed in that particular congressional district. They tend to be white, they tend to be well-educated, they tend to be high income. They are Republican core voters. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't blame somebody else, but no, we lost because we tend to lose that district.
Hey, Steve, your call is really corrupted here, man. It's getting...
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
He went further and further away there. I
Something
apologize,
happened.
Steve, but I tried to get it all in.
Get us next week.
Yeah.
Get us next week.
Okay, so we've got Nick, got Earl, got Charles on hold here. We'll take a break and get you guys when we come back. You got a minute when we come back. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Yeah, just a little something bubbly and tingly to have me walking around naked. But wait a second. The function zone around midnight. What time is it? Are you inside? Available to come and play? Give me a clue so I don't have to look for you. Come on, let's get down, let's get down, let's get down. Come on, let's get down.
This is Melanie Martin Ware, Howard University alumni, class of 1990. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
Now we don't need a club, we can do it at my house. My front door's open, so homies get busted out. And ladies, if you coming.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris is introducing a new way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITSASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order or step into you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while, and I just gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your style, 'cause I had to know.
This is Steve Casey, the MacArthur Foundation. Welcome back to the family meeting.
So quite the day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Quite the day.
It's been a good day.
Yeah, except for these raggedy ass phones.
Well, we fixed them.
We did nothing.
That's because I'm back. That's why
Okay.
they're fixed.
Okay. Right.
People don't realize the power that I possess.
Small people power.
When I'm not there, shit gets raggedy. Oops, excuse me.
Oh, you did. You went there, didn't you?
I did go there. Things get
I'm
raggedy.
gonna have
Did
to
you hit
write
the
a
button?
check
Did you hit
for
the
that
button?
or
Did you hit the
something. No, I'm
button?
not able to hit the button. On
Oh,
that.
daggone.
Okay, let's go with it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go with Nick calling from Sandwich. Nick is in Sandwich.
Hey guys,
Hey man, how you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, damn it. Guys. So quick, two things. One, to the dragging troglodytes and trolls out there this upcoming patriotic weekend, as they bring out their fireworks, flags, wave them around. They need to question their patriotism, because if they are not against voter suppression that happens, then they're for it. And that is absolutely unpatriotic. They're hypocrites. Second of all, solution, it's two parts. One, we have to have a bit of patience, because it's not going to happen overnight. And, look, Martin Luther King, he did not get to see President Obama become president. The other thing, the solution is we have to go local, and we have to work from the ground up, get into the local elections, show people that we know what we're talking about and our ideas are valid, and move on from there.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I appreciate that. We need to find good candidates too, by the way. Candidates that can inspire people to get out and vote. People with vision. This car, Earl in Hyde Park. Earl, what's up, man? Earl the Pearl. Good, man. How you?
All right, I got my balls and I'm pressing up the bones.
Are you talking about the skating wheels?
I do the way to read up the bones.
Okay. Why is he muffled? Why are you muffled?
I don't know what happened to
Hey, James, those colors, man. Hey, look at here. The reason why I come is very simple, man. We have one voting day every week, and while we don't have so many voting locations and stuff like that, number one, they don't want us to vote. Number two, it costs money to man these things. So until people come out and fight for what they want, it ain't going to change. The problem is, if you're not going to come out and vote for your health care, education for your kids, education for you. I don't know what's going to get you out there and motivate you to vote. So until we find a way to motivate people and get them out there to vote.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't you think, though, that an inspiring candidate would do just that? A candidate with vision?
You know, not really. Because what happens is we have a fallacy that belief that all we have to do is elect an official and sit back on our butts and go play tiddlywinks and everything will be right. We don't understand activism.
Is tiddlywinks really a game? Is that really a game, tiddlywinks?
Oh, well, it's a metaphor for standing around with your finger up your butt. He's saying it.
Okay, we made up games, man.
We got you, Earl, and you are absolutely right.
What you say?
No, but I mean, you know, we have a reason why we don't have an election involved. They don't learn civics in school anymore. They don't understand people participation.
He's so right.
So we're going to have this situation until we find a way to motivate people and get them off their butts. And if you can't motivate them about health care, education, and education for your kids, I don't know what would.
You're right.
So I'm going to hang up and let somebody else get in.
Thank you, Earl.
Okay, man.
But Eric, I don't love you.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Thank you, Earl.
Let's get Charles, because Earl crazy, man. Earl need to get a pill or something. Charles, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
First of all, evidently I'm watching you guys on YouTube. I think I'm one of 21, and you need to get more cameras in there because the lady Teresa, she's like so far away. She's tiny anyway.
Yeah.
She looks like she's hiding in that corner.
All right. So here's the first thing you need to know.
Me.
Here's the first thing you need to know, Charles. You ain't the boss of me. Don't be talking about no cameras, man.
Second of all, you're a funny guy.
Okay, funny. I'm here to amuse you. Is that what you think?
Oh, yeah, you should be a good comedian. Stand up.
No, hell no. Hell no. No, hell no. I'm not going to do that, man.
I am hiding in the corner, by the way, Charles, just so you know.
But she's 4 foot nothing, man. She's 4 foot nothing, man. You can't see her if you stand next to her.
Yeah, I am short. I am really short.
Tiny.
2 more cameras.
Okay.
We working on that. You gonna send us 2?
You're the boss of somebody.
Come on,
you
Charles.
gotta boss somebody around, man.
Charles just volunteered to send us 2 more cameras. That's what I just heard. Isn't that what you guys just heard, audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 4K.
Got you.
Okay.
Send them.
Okay. Anyway,
what else you want, man? What else you want? You want to boss me around about something else? You like my shoes? Want to see my shoes? See that?
Yeah, stand up. Do that little dance you did before.
I don't know about this, boy. What you know about this, man?
Okay. Anyway, I'm calling from Georgia 4. Now I don't want to see your legs or your knees, whatever you call it. Sit down. Okay.
Anyway, my legs, man. Don't ask man looking at my legs. Get out of here, man.
No. I'm calling from Georgia 4, which is like adjacent to Georgia 6.
Mm-hmm.
And people are talking about voting and everything. You have to understand that we're fighting a number of things. We're fighting gerrymandering. We're fighting suppression. We're fighting apathy. We're fighting incredible amounts of money. And, you know, to make a point, Georgia 6 was actually gerrymandered because I was, just earlier yesterday, it's like really not even like a mile away. I'm in Georgia 6. And it used to be 4, which is Hank Johnson's my congressman. And so what they did was they made this district more Democratic and made the other one diluted it.
More Republican. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what they call it, there's a term they use, I don't know, stacking or packing or something like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that we're fighting on a lot of fronts. And number 4, you're fighting people who are typical American is stupid. I have to say it. You know, people will not vote for their interest. It's funny how, you know, the gentleman called earlier about education. You know, if anybody understood history in American history, you'd be out there voting every day. Because like down here in Georgia, they have early voting for 2 weeks prior to any election, but still people can't vote. Because, you know, last August during the primaries, I voted for Sanders, and they have this area which it's like a tax center, but it's right across from like the DeKalb County government area. And you go in there any day, and there's like 3 people. There's more poll workers than people voting. So, you know, people talking about we need to do this, need to do that. People need to motivate themselves. I mean, you can get the best Well, you need to get the Democrats need to get a charismatic candidate.
Yes.
Somebody like, Trump won because he's charismatic, and only reason why people vote is because.
Is that what you call it? What he does? Charismatic? Is that what that is?
Wow.
Hilo is charismatic. You know what I mean?
Charles, let me ask you a question, Charles. You sound like a smart dude, man. You smart enough not to live up here in the cold. Let me ask you a question, man. Why that man wrap his hair around his head like that, man?
Hey, I'm from the New York City area, and he's been doing this since.
Charles.
He knows how to get his face out there.
Charles.
Yes, ma'am.
You going to actually try to answer that question?
I need to know, man.
Rhetorical question.
No, hell no. It ain't rhetorical. I'm trying to figure out who
lighten up the conversation.
Who are his friends to let that man get out the house like that?
Hey, it got him elected.
It did get him elected, Charles.
Man,
you are
I
so
feel like I
right
need to
about
smoke
that.
crack. Hey, Charles, man, I appreciate you, man. Listen, call again next week, man. We talking about organizing next week, all right?
Definitely.
I want to hear from you, all right?
Have a good one.
Thank you,
man.
Charles.
Somebody got to answer me. I really got to know, man.
The man doesn't have any hair, so he's got to do something. He's got to do something. That is not his real hair. Those are plugs. He's trying to cover up everything else.
I mean, if you're looking at me I got my head is like was in
you're
a car
bald.
accident or something.
You're bald. You're just a bald guy.
I mean, but I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not. I'm
No.
not going.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me trying to? How? I mean, really. I mean, we talked about this several weeks ago. If somebody like that walked in to a party,
I know.
What do we say? Who's old boy, man? Who invited that dude, man?
Okay, with you today.
What's that dude's name?
Okay.
His mama let him out the house. His wife let him get out the house. Why is his tie so long, man? Yeah, man. You can see people, man. Hey, man, peep this, man. What's up with old boy?
What's up with old boy? What's up with old boy? That's gonna be the first thing.
Does he think we don't know?
Get your boy, man. Who invited him?
Get your boy, man. Hey, man, somebody grab him, take him over to the bathroom, straighten him out, man.
Oh my God.
See, now y'all gonna think that I'm simple and all that other kind of stuff. And I get that. I get that. But I'm a silly dude like that. I mean, what else do you have if you're not silly like that?
You know, I think that's it helps a lot of people to try and get through what we're going through too, and we can laugh about that man, because I tell you. But it really is no laughing matter.
Well, actually it is. It is. Let me tell you why it is. It's a laughing matter.
Tell me why.
Because if you didn't know that this was going to happen, you are the fool.
You are the fool.
He's not the fool.
Because he partying and banking all the way to.
He's been doing this all his life. It ain't nothing new.
Nothing new.
And the Republicans have been saying this for the better part of 8 years. Since Reagan, they've been saying this.
Yeah.
Cut taxes, cut regulations, cut all the programs for people. And they really believe it's like we used to say when you're little, throw the baby in the water and he'll learn how to swim. They really believe.
They believe that. They do.
Take that out, the people will find a way.
Figure out a way. Yep. They do. They believe
to
that.
some degree, he's right. But in the process of doing that, you kill people.
You lose. Yeah, we're gonna lose a lot of people.
I'm just saying.
A lot of people.
I have no doubt about it.
When I saw the Capitol Police, the protester, the disabled protester, they grabbed her out of her wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. Is that where we're at now?
That's where we're at. But hey, what do you expect? You the fool if you think somehow or another, if that all of a sudden becomes outrageous, after all the outrageous stuff that's happened to this point, and now you think that's outrageous, you the fool.
Because how did you not know?
Get your thumb out your butt.
Yeah.
Get your thumb out your butt.
Yep.
And tell your cousins to get their thumb out their butt.
Agreed.
And get out there and vote. Get registered to vote so you can sit on juries and grand juries so that maybe we could exact some justice going forward.
That's not somebody holding for us, is it? Okay.
I can't. We ain't got enough time.
Yeah, right.
I would.
Can't get to it anyway.
I can't. Tell him I can't do it, man. He's good. I can't do it.
Go ahead.
I can't because we ain't got no time for this, man.
2 seconds.
No, we don't have 2
Okay,
seconds.
we'll have 2 seconds. All right. Next week.
Everybody bossing me around today, man. I'm a grown man. Charles called here from Georgia, way out in Georgia, bossing me.
Lisa, get her in really
Oh,
quick.
Lisa, yes, Lisa. Hey, listen, there's a thing going on out in the Palatine Library on the 27th. That's Tuesday. Tuesday the 27th, Palatine Library, 7 to 8:30 p.m. The Shriver Center's question and answer session on the healthcare. Protect our healthcare.
Yeah.
I got it in.
Got it, Lisa.
Yeah. See that, Lisa? We do that thing, don't we? Thank you, Tressa, for the news.
You are welcome.
Mike, for all you do. Thanks for fixing the phones, bro.
Yes.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Crane. Peace.
You can be my big daddy.
My mahogany dime, I spend quality time. Cute face, haircut, like the Halle design. Keep my dead laced up with fly gear and makeup. But you should see her when she wake up. Never could we break up. Shop till you drop, cause the cream don't stop. Buy a bunch of outfits that's sexy and hot, so she could look good for Hep D. Overweight, love an MC. Rub you gently, you know it's Steve, big CEO, sex OT. Mac game, similar next to Golden Flex. You might feel, man, creeping through your room late at night. It's hell, or water better stead, so get it right. You be like, damn, it's that big man we all love to like. That's right. Can't airtight, while you caught up in the hype. That's right. Hep Jiggy, me envy Jiggy. Baby, you ready for Big Daddy? Record a commercial.